Que paso, worldwide fans of cinema? You got Jaime and Fuego here from Enfuegotainment, where I cover the hottest entertainment with an edge, and I'm involved in a lot of different projects. I do something called Heavy Metal Television, which is a 24/7, constantly streaming video television station where I'm a VJ, as we used to be called until MTV tried to sue us. And then I also do something called The Horror Show, which is where we do all kinds of film reviews, makeup tutorials, celebrity coverage, you know, convention stuff, you name it, comedy sketches, a little bit of everything. And I was actually on set for a film that we're making at the moment when the Star Wars Force Awakens trailer dropped, the newest one. And so, just to give some insight, when I was a little kid, Star Wars was my jam, man. I mean, I'm telling you, I loved Star Wars pretty much more than anything for a period of time, for a number of years, I must say. I wore out that Return of the Jedi, it wasn't even a VHS, it was a Betamax that was at the small, it was like a warehouse, I believe, by my house. And so, yeah, I could not stop begging my parents to rent that for me. Jedi is still my favorite, but, then a little something called the prequels happened, and yeah, all of my faith was lost. So after doing the audio dramas, reading, you know, stuff like Dark Empire, the sequel stuff, Shadows of the Empire, in between Empire and Jedi, which is one of my favorite audiobooks and stuff, and playing the Dark Forces games, and the Jedi TIE Fighter, and I mean, you name it. All the figures I had, I was Star Wars crazy until the prequels pretty much put me in a funk, and I didn't really pay much attention to Star Wars for a number of years. And then J.J. Abrams happened. Well, more specifically, I should say, Disney happened. Disney basically bought Star Wars, and then they're like, you know what? Back in the day, didn't George Lucas say that he was going to do a prequel trilogy and a sequel trilogy, that he had always originally envisioned it as 3 different trilogies? I never thought I'd see the day, and the first trailer brought a tear to my eye when we saw Chewie and we saw Han walking out, and oh my goodness, man. As you can tell by my shirt, man. Shoot first, life, yo. And I'm about to watch this new trailer. I was waiting. I wanted to see it on my TV. I was like, yeah, this is going to be kind of ritualistic, and I am so excited to be doing this trailer reaction now. So let's get it going, and then I'm going to talk about it afterwards.
No. I was raised to do one thing. I've got nothing to fight for. Nothing will stand in our way. Finish what you started.
There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it. The dark side. The Jedi. They're real.
The Force. It's calling to you.
Okay, wow. All right, so first and foremost, wow. It's really given me the emotion that I did not feel, first and foremost, in, I mean, maybe I felt it a little bit in Revenge of the Sith, but the prequels felt so soulless to me. That was one of the things that just killed me about them, you know? I mean, I was brought to believe that there was going to be some of it when I saw that Phantom Menace trailer. You know, I saw how rad Darth Maul looked. I saw that they had big actors, like, you know, they had Ewan McGregor, and they had Liam Neeson, and I was so hopeful, and obviously Natalie Portman too, but at the end, the prequels felt very soulless to me. It could suck. I'm going to at least throw it out there. It could be nowhere near as good as these trailers are looking, but holy smokes, man. This looks so legit. I love the fact that they're really just making it seem, okay, no Luke yet. We saw a little tiny shot of Leia finally, but still no revelation of Luke. And there's been a lot of people saying that this is going to be Chewie and Han's film. And then they're maybe going to focus more so on, you know, maybe a Leia in the second film and maybe Luke in the third. I'm not sure if there's any truth to that. We're obviously going to see all three of those big characters, you know, well, Chewie too, if you include, so 4 and then C-3PO and R2. But it's really, it's also really feeling like this is, you know, Boyega and the girl's film, whose name is just eluding me at the moment. It's very obviously, they're the central characters who are going to encounter these new scenarios and, you know, pretty much carry the film, I'm assuming, you know, and then Chewie and Han, they're going to be just kind of guides and, you know, kind of peeps who inform them about what happened before. I really enjoyed that factor where they're like, people have told stories, and then Han is like, oh yeah, they're true, you know, it's all happened. The dark side is real. And man, I love the stuff where we saw Kylo Ren just staring down the melted mask of Vader, and he's like, I'm going to finish what you started. That gave me chills, man, because Vader was the type of guy that could, it's almost like a dark prophet that inspires, you know, generations to come. And you can see that, you know, and nobody would really know the fact that Vader changed at the end. You know, I'm sure it's not something that Luke like publicized to the entire galaxy or anything like that. Vader was a symbol, and so just like maybe not to use a biblical reference or anything, but like the thief on the cross or something like that, nobody is going to know that he had a change of heart right there in the 11th hour before he died. You know, I'm pretty sure that that was the kind of thing that stuck between Luke and his father, and maybe Luke talked about it with some of his, you know, close confidants, as far as, you know, like the Hans and the I don't know, the Landos and Chewie and whatnot and C-3PO, but maybe not even him. Who knows? So the action looks amazing. I really loved seeing a little bit more of Oscar Isaac. You know, he's like giving like the pat on the back. And it was like, I'm like, come on, go and give Boyega a pound, man. So I'm very stoked for everything that this is going to bring. The only detriment, if I was going to go bueno, malo, and feo for this, as I always do, the bueno, I loved seeing Leia for a brief glimpse. I loved getting more of a feel for what this girl character, whose name is eluding me. This is a trailer reaction, so I feel so bad that I cannot recall her name, but I'm pretty positive that she is either a Solo or maybe more likely a Skywalker. If we haven't seen Luke yet, I think that all those rumors about him being in like a form of exile or something like that, and you're not going to get much from him, maybe he's like out just like Obi-Wan was. You know, he's out somewhere in some sort of wilderness or some isolated spot like Dagobah or whatever, and he's meditating, he's perhaps upset about something. I can't say that I know for sure, but yeah, from what the trailers are at least telling us, this is going to be it's going to be the girl, and it's going to be Boyega, and it's going to be, yeah, Han and Chewie, and it's going to be them as the central figures of this film. I can't wait to see more. I cannot wait to see this film, and yeah, tickets are on sale now, so I've been caught up in other things, and I have to go buy mine for IMAX 3D. I'm so excited to see that. The Malo, yeah, I'm probably upset that I still haven't seen the face of Luke Skywalker in these trailers, and if I was going to say the Feo, the ugly, the Empire is looking fierce. They are looking that they have not skipped a beat, and they are still, I mean, maybe even more determined than ever, because it's not the original, you know, people. I'm assuming most of that Empire has died off. They're on the run, which means that they have their backs to the wall, and people do the most desperate things when they have their backs to the wall. So this film, I'm positive, JJ, you're going to kill it, man. It's going to be incredible. I am so very stoked. So I've been Jaime Enfuego, Star Wars fanatic. I am so very ready for The Force to reawaken. You can find me at Jaime Enfuego, just as you're seeing it spelled down below, on all social media sectors, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and here on YouTube. And I look forward so very much to reviewing this film here in a few months. December cannot come quick enough. I want those Christmas presents early, but you know what? The best things come to those who wait. So I'll see you guys soon, and adios, amigos. I'm gonna go watch that again.